I don't know if you can tell, but it's only about 91, 90. It ain't too bad. But it's kind of hot out when you're in the shop all day and you're used to working in an air conditioning build clean room. I got this transmission built with the SFI case, the brand new 727 case. I currently have the small black bell housing on it because the transmission that I took off here is a small black bell housing. There's a few things that need to be addressed. It's very easy for them to take care of and they're going to handle it. What do I have in the trans? Basically, I put all my billet servos in it to make sure it was good. My billet for 2-lever, all the stock anchors, the stock shafts in and out, stock drums, and a reverse manual valve body. I really didn't need to put all billet and fancy pieces in here just for testing. So I'm at the point now, I got it on the dyno, everything's hooked up, I got all my pressure gauges hooked up. All I have to do now is put the dipstick tube in here and fire up the dyno and check out the numbers. I will let you know that my lower verse gauge and my front band gauge is probably about 40 psi too high, because I ran those two gauges past the 300 and it tweaked them. So keep that in mind when you're reading the gauges. That it's like, why is it 40 psi higher in first gear and in second gear and not in third? It's because my gauges were abused and now they read too high. I just never got around to replacing the gauges. I know in my head that those are 40 psi too tall. So we're gonna go ahead and fill this thing up and let's make a pull, see how everything works. I'm sure it's gonna work fine. We're just making sure, mostly it's for fit. Everything was for fitment, how everything fits. And everything fit perfect, okay? It was a great assembly. I didn't run into no snags. The hardest thing, which is you would get this with any brand new case. I remember the Mopar Performance cases that came out about 20 years ago. It was just, you got to be a little bit careful about putting that sprag in because there's no teeth marks in the bottom of the case for you to do a guide. So other than that, it's good to go. Let's go ahead and fill this up with fluid and let's pull it, see what happens. I just want to go over a couple of the fitting pressure taps here on this case. This one down here, which is there in the stock case. These two are for the accumulator, the top side and the bottom side. You would only use these for automatic shift. I don't know anybody who is going to buy this transmission case that would want an automatic shift. This is no fitting at all. It's only there, and I have to tighten it. Yep, I have to tighten it. This fitting is only there for machine purposes. Same with this fitting here. It's only there for machine purposes. They had to get into some place to machine it. Once it's machined, you put the plug in there and you're good to go. This one back here is for the lower verse. Of course, we have the rear cooling line here, the front cooling line here, and these two, if you have a lockup torque converter, could be used for clutch on, clutch off. If you have a non-lockup, which I'm going to try here, they can also be used as dump systems. If you take my solenoids and hook it up, one is pre-converter, one is after the converter, and you can use a two-stage dump system with this, without buying my valve body. This down here, this one right here, is the pressure adjustment. You loosen this, then you get your T-handle, and it's right on the valve body pressure regulator spring. So you can hook up a gauge to your car, and you can adjust the pressures on your valve body with this case without dropping the oil pan, which is a nice feature. Something I told them that they should do an upgrade, and they did. This here is a neutral block off for this, and down here, let's see if I can tilt it up a little bit, is a speedometer block off. A regular speedometer with the speedometer gear will fit in there, and a regular neutral switch will fit in here. The regular Chrysler 3 neutral switch will work. Alright, once it's filled, you can just step to the side. We got the camera rolling. We fired up. As soon as it fires up, fill it up. Alright, let's see if there's any fluid in it. Stick it in there. Just pull it right out. All the way. It's low. Alright, we need 2 more quarts. We'll fill that gallon up halfway. Second. Third. Everything went good. The transmission worked. Of course, I kind of know it would, but the reason why I wanted to do the dyno is just to make sure, I don't know, there was no leaks. Everything spun, everything worked. All the pressures were correct and everything. And here again, during the assembly of the transmission, I didn't have any issues. So, what is the next step? Now that it's been run, it's been assembled, it's been built. The next step is I'm going to take the transmission off the dyno and then take it all apart. I'm going to take the case and a big block bell housing. I'm going to leave the sprag in it. It's got a drag sprag in it. And I'm going to leave the stud kit in it. And I'm going to box it up along with the seal kit. And I'm going to send it to a friend of mine named Mopar Joe. You can go to his YouTube channel, just Mopar Joe, and what he's going to do is he's going to take his transmission out of his big block CUDA. The car usually runs 990s, and swap all his guts from the stock case to the SFI case, put the bell housing on, and put it in his car and actually go down the track with the product. So I'm thinking we should be able to get that done fairly quick. I've already called FI, the company who makes the case and bell housing, and gave them the good news, told them that everything looks good. It's got my approval on everything. And the reason why I am doing this, I don't think they have the resource. No, not the resources. That's the wrong word. They don't have the Mopars, I guess, to do it. And their knowledge is more in casting than it is in transmission functions and whatnot. So, they came to me and asked me for a little help, and I was more than happy to oblige. And I'm gonna probably in the next day or two take that transmission off the dyno, disassemble it, box it up with the seal kit, send it to Mopar Joe down south, and then he's gonna, him and his brother is very knowledgeable in doing transmissions. They're gonna just swap all the parts, put it in the car, and take it down the track and see how it goes. So right now, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to change. First, I got to verify the price, and I'm going to do that. So in the next probably by Friday, the next thing I want to do is I want to verify the price because of the tariffs. Okay, I don't know how we're going to handle that. If they're going to take care of a little bit, or I'll take care of a little bit. I don't know at this point, but by Friday, before I leave here, I'm going to make it active. So on Friday, I'm going to make the bell housings in the case active to be purchased for pre-ordering on the website. The only way you can get this case and bell housing and pre-order is not by calling me. It is not by emailing me. You have to go to the website and you have to pre-order it. You have to use your credit card and buy it online. Now, if it's going to take another, I don't know at this moment, let's just say a month for the product to come in. I repeat, I will not charge your credit card out until the product is in the box that day and being shipped to you. Okay, so if you want to pre-order the case, plus that give me an idea of how many to let them know that we need. I don't know if we need 20, 40, 60, I don't know. So if you folks want to go ahead and pre-order, the small block bell housing will be on there, which is the same as Gen 3 Hemi. The big block bell housing will be on there, and the case. I'm also going to talk to them about the 46RE case with the smoother, smaller bell housing, so that could be purchased. I'm also looking into being trying to get my certification so I can recertify these cases in 5 years when the dates go expired. So I'm in the process of learning what has to be done for that too. Because right now, the only, what are you going to do? Send them back to China? I don't think so. That has to be done here in the States. So I'm trying to get my certification to recertify the cases and the bell housings. I'm not going to do no one else's case and bell housings, no seatbelts, no helmets, no nothing. Just the transmission cases, and only the ones that I sell. Or the ones that were purchased through my store. So if you bought them and you sold to a friend, as long as he bought it from me, I will be able to recert that for him. What is the price going to be on that? I have no clue. So that's what's happening. One more thing I'm going to let you know. The week after 4th of July, of course, we're closed for Independence Day. Let me look at my trusty calendar here. We're going to be closed the week after the 4th. So next week is Friday's the 4th of July. Then we will be closed until the 13th, which is the following Monday of July. So I get a vacation too, just like you guys do. So we always close the week of 4th of July, but because we're so busy and I'm so jammed, I'm trying to get this case thing done, I'm trying to get other stuff done, I moved it back 1 week. So don't call me, don't email me, don't text me, don't send me smoke signals. I'm on vacation, I'm not taking no calls. Well, that being said, thank you so much for watching. We're thumbs up with the case. We're thumbs up with the bell housings. The ball is rolling. Come Friday, if you folks want to pre-order, you can. Here again, I will not charge out your credit card until the product's here and it's ready to go to you. All right, more power to you. Have a great one. Goodbye.
Amazing.